What's going on, everybody? We back for another episode of We Versatile Podcast. You know, we cover all things sports. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, all right, so we can get enough subscribers when we start going live. We can record this thing on live, all right, on YouTube, okay? Check this out. Today we're going to cover the top 25 recap from week 3, and then we're going to go over the games from Saturday to go over the games that's coming up on Saturday, okay? So first thing first, we're gonna go over the top 25. Just recap a couple of games. Number 15, Oklahoma beat Tulane 34-29. Tulane, a good team. They coach from last year, Willie Fritz. He went to Houston, but they still got some of that same grit to them and everything. Oklahoma, they looked okay. The score was 34-19, but it was a close ball game. It was a 2-possession ball game they won by, but I don't think they covered the spread, Oklahoma. It was a good game. They got a tough game coming up Saturday, Oklahoma do. Next game was Notre Dame. They showed up in Purdue. They were pissed off. All right, they flexed. 60-67. Oregon, number 9 Oregon, they finally look like Oregon. But this just one game though. I need to see it 2, 3, 4 games in a row. Like I said, I don't see Oregon as being one of the top teams in the Big Ten. I still see Ohio State over them. I see USC up there now. You know what I mean? So Oregon got to string together a couple of good games in a row for me to be able to say they, who we thought they were before the season started. We had a good game shootout. Number 16, LSU versus South Carolina. That was a great game. I think LSU going to struggle this year on defense. They are going to be able to score the ball. But their defense it's too leaky. They got the defensive coordinator from Missouri last year, Blake Baker. I'm guessing it's gonna take him another year, to get his scheme in there good, Because we used to seeing LSU with some good defenses. Lately, they ain't been having that on the Brian Kelly. All right. Next game was a good game. 24 Boston College versus number 6 Missouri at Missouri. Missouri won 27-21. I think Boston College shot themselves in the foot too many times. They could have won this. This was a winnable game for them. Very winnable game for them. They supposed to win this game. I like Boston College team overall. They're probably the most surprising team besides Georgia Tech and Syracuse in the ACC, Boston College. Next, we got Oklahoma State, number 13. Oklahoma State, they look good. I thought Tulsa would cover that spread on them, but Oklahoma State came out, put it on them, 45-10. They look good. Number 4, Alabama versus Wisconsin. Alabama went to Madison, Wisconsin, and they look like Alabama, all right? They got that rookie wide receiver, Ryan Williams. He looked like a Biletnikoff receiver right now. He a true freshman right now. He looked like a Biletnikoff right now. Right now as a freshman. So he gonna be dangerous. We got number 17, Michigan versus Arkansas State. Michigan had a 10-point win against Arkansas State at home. They quarterback threw like 5 interceptions or whatever it was. I think they're going to ride with Alex Orji now. I expect Michigan to lose a couple of games this year. They don't got a quarterback. And that's bad. That's bad. Then we got number 20, Arizona versus number 14, Kansas State. I thought Arizona was going to put up more of a fight. I didn't think it was going to be 31-7. I took the over on this game, like 60. I'm like, yeah, that's going to be a 35, 38 game, 41, 35, you know what I mean? But for Arizona to get shut down to 7 points, that shocked me. It did not shock me that they gave up 31 because New Mexico got 39 on them. So, I was a little shocked about that for Arizona, all right? Now, that was the top 25 from last week, okay? Now, top 25 for this week, the matchups. We got, it's going to be a good game, a great game. We got number 24 Illinois versus number 22 Nebraska. I really, really think Nebraska is going to be a force to be reckoned with, in the Big Ten. Because Matt Rule, he known to have great defensive teams. Now he got a quarterback. They probably going to be 7-0 when they go to Columbus and play Ohio State. Nebraska got an outside shot at making the playoffs this year. Definitely next year. So look for the Huskers to be better. I think college football is better when Nebraska is a good team. So I look for Nebraska to beat Illinois coming up. We got number 3 Ohio State versus Marshall. My only concern is when is Ohio State going to play somebody? Okay? We got them at number 3. When are they going to play somebody? Okay? We got number 21 Clemson versus NC State. NC State arrow is pointing down. Clemson's arrow is pointing up. This always historically be a good, tough game, though. NC State always play Clemson tough. All right, I'm going to roll with Clemson, though, to win this game. Then we got Arkansas State versus number 20 Iowa State. Arkansas State, they had a tough schedule. They just played Michigan last week on the road. Then they got another top 20 game against Iowa State this week on the road again. I'm going to give Iowa State that win. All right? Iowa State. Number 23, Northern Illinois versus Buffalo at home. I'm going to ride with Northern Illinois until they lose. All right? We got number 19, Louisville versus Georgia Tech, which is going to be a good game. Georgia Tech is one of the most improved teams in the ACC, like I said previously. Louisville, though, I expect them to get it done. I expect Louisville to get it done. Brom up there at Louisville. Brom. Kent State at number 10, Penn State. I look for Penn State to win. Miami, Ohio at Notre Dame. I don't think Notre Dame is going to slip up again at home and lose. I think they're going to blow Miami, Ohio out. Okay? UCLA at LSU. I like LSU to dominate this game by a lot. Okay? Number 11, USC Trojans at number 18, Michigan. I expect USC to go into Ann Arbor and beat Michigan like Texas did. We got number 12, Utah at number 14, Oklahoma State. Now, if you know anything about Utah, you know Whittingham, he bring them boys, and them boys bring their lunch pail. You know anything about Oklahoma State, they known to slip up and lose a game. I don't think they have played a team as physical as they going to play at Utah. Arkansas went in the Stillwater, Oklahoma week 2 and should have won. Should have won. So I'm going to take Utah to get that dub against Oklahoma State. Then we got Vanderbilt versus Missouri. 2-1 Vanderbilt, 3-0 Missouri. Vanderbilt had a letdown last week. They lost last week, had a letdown. I like their quarterback, though. Diego Pavia, he a ball player. I like him. But I like Missouri to get the dub. Number 8, Miami at South Florida. South Florida went to Tuscaloosa and played Alabama tough for 3.5 quarters. Miami got Cam Ward. To me, he the best QB in college football. To me, he the number 1 draft pick, number 2 draft pick, the first quarterback taken, to me. So I'm going to ride with Miami to get that dub. Number 25, Texas A&M at home against Bowling Green. I like A&M to get the dub. Number 6, Tennessee at number 15, Oklahoma. I really like Tennessee, all right, because their defense is stout. Their defense is stout, okay? So, you know, Oklahoma got good defense, but their offensive line is new. I know it's a home game. Yeah, Oklahoma might come out starting fast. But Tennessee got this feel like, you know, Josh Heupel got this confidence about him. If you just watch their games of him on the sideline, if you watch his interviews, he just seemed confident. You know what I mean? So I really think Tennessee they're gonna beat either Alabama. I think they're gonna beat Georgia this year. I think they're gonna beat probably both of them. But I think Tennessee is real serious, man. Real serious. Look for them to make the playoffs this year, okay? Ole Miss, number 5, Ole Miss versus Georgia Southern. Clay Helton and Georgia Southern going on the road to Ole Miss. I got Ole Miss winning that one. Louisiana Monroe at number 1, Texas. We'll roll the Longhorns. 13, Kansas State versus BYU. All right, I'm going to go with Kansas State to get the dub, all right? That's the top 25 right there, okay? Top 25. Now, we're going to cover the SEC and go over all the SEC games because we got conference play coming up, and we know conference play separate the men from the boys, all right? Number 1 game in the SEC, we got Florida 1-2 versus 1-2 Mississippi State. Mississippi State got drubbed last week. They got beat bad. I don't think Florida is as bad as Mississippi State, so I'm going to give Florida the win. Number 2 game is Kentucky versus Ohio. Kentucky should have beat Georgia last week. They should have beat them. But they didn't. So, Kentucky, y'all need to win against Ohio. We got 2-1 Arkansas on the road at 2-1 Auburn. I don't know what to think about either team. You know, Arkansas went to Stillwater, played good for 3 quarters and a half. Lost the game on, overtime. Come back against UAB. Struggle win. Auburn show up, score 7 against A&M first game, come out Cal, lose at home, switch quarterbacks. Offense look okay against New Mexico. So I don't know what team is what. So Auburn being at home, I'm going to roll with Auburn for the win over Arkansas. All right, we got Akron at South Carolina. I'm going to roll with South Carolina. They probably should have won that game against LSU last week. They probably should have won that game. Then we got, that's all the game for the SEC, for the rest of the SEC. Okay? Now we got the ACC. ACC, we got Stanford at Syracuse. I think Kyle McCord been a big surprise for people in the ACC in Syracuse. They playing good ball. I take them to win the game. Syracuse over Stanford. North Carolina versus James Madison. I think James Madison probably gonna get the upset this week. If y'all don't know about James Madison, research them, look them up. See what they've been doing in basketball and football. They just came up to D1. They 2-0 at 3-0 North Carolina. I'm taking James Madison for the upset, all right? Then we got Virginia at Coastal Carolina. I'm going to take Virginia to get the dub. Then you got Rutgers at Virginia Tech. You got Greg Schiano and Rutgers. I'm going to take them to upset Virginia Tech. You got Youngstown State at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh had a big win last week in the backyard brawl. I'm going to take them to go 4-0 this week against Youngstown with the dub. Number 3-0 Duke at MTSU. Malik Murphy, good win. The defensive coordinator for Penn State last year. He's the coach at Duke now. Manny Diaz. 3-0 right now. I take them to go 4-0 this week with the win over MTSU. TCU at MSU. I'm going to take MSU to win. The Mustangs need y'all to come on with it. All right. Next game, we got California at Florida State. This got upset written all over it. Okay? This really do. It got upset written all over it. But Florida State looks so bad, man. They look bad. Cal looks surprising. I want to take the upset. I want to take Florida State. This game got upset written all over it. But I like California to win the game. All right. Then you got Michigan State at Boston College. I take Boston College to get a bounce back win after a tough loss last week to Missouri. Okay? Then we're going to do the Big Ten. We got Charlotte at Indiana. I think Indiana get the win on Charlotte. We got Maryland at home versus Villanova. Maryland always been one of the teams that normally beat who they should beat. They just lose to the upper echelon Big Ten teams. I got them winning this game against Villanova. Then you got Northwestern versus Washington at Washington. I'm going to take Washington to win this game. You got Iowa at Minnesota. I'm going to take Iowa to win this game 13-6. You got Purdue at Oregon State. Purdue just got beat to sleep last week. Oregon State should win this game. Okay. That's all the game for the Big Ten. Now, the Big 12. We got Kansas at West Virginia. But Kansas probably one of the most disappointing teams this year. They started out ranked. They lost to UNLV last week. All right. They 1-2. They need to win bad. West Virginia just lost a highly contested rivalry game to Pittsburgh last week. They at home again. Kansas probably gonna win this game due to all the energy that West Virginia spent last week on that game. Then you got Arizona State 3-0 at Texas Tech. Texas Tech had a bad loss. Arizona State is kind of surprising people. I'm going to take Texas Tech to get the win, though. Then you got Baylor 2-1 at 2-1 Colorado primetime game. Colorado defense has been stout the last 6 quarters. They giving up 9 points. They gave up no points second half to Nebraska. They gave up 9 points the entire game to Colorado State. That's 4.5 points the last 6 quarters the defense is giving up. That's vast improvement. They showed a great running game last week. I want to see more creativity from the run game. I want to see Augusta Bay get some carries. I want to see Welch get some carries. I want to see Draylon Miller get in the game. All right? I want to see that. Continue to improve, Colorado. Continue to improve. Get the W in prime time. You know everybody going to be watching. We know that. Get the dub. Go to 3-1. Start to really solidify yourself, all right, for next week when we got UCF, okay? So I'm taking Colorado to win this game against Baylor, all right, in the Big 12. We got number 13, Kansas State at BYU. Both teams 3-0. BYU is tough out there in Provo, but Kansas State, they Kansas State. They from Manhattan. They gonna get it done. Then you got 1-2 Houston at Cincinnati. I'm going to take Willie Fritz to get the upset on the road at Cincinnati. Give me Houston to win that ball game. All right. So that's the recap for last week and the games coming up this week. Okay. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you for checking in another episode of We Versatile Podcast. We cover all things sports.